Hello my viewers, if you're interested in buying a helmet like this, or maybe a life-size one, you can go over there and shop at greenguard.com. They have NCAA teams, they have NFL teams, they have all your favorite teams. They even have the teams that you don't like the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. I don't know why anybody buy that, but they have that too if you want to buy it. So go over there and use my promo code PITSIN and go and shop some of your favorite football helmets now. Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. My video title, you know what this video is about. Today, we're discussing, of course, the offense of the Steelers. I did a video earlier today about the, of course, the injuries, of course, as well. The update on that, and then Alex Highsmith talking about that as well. But I want to talk about the offense right now in the situation right here, and with we have, of course, with the Steelers offense. The Steelers offense have a lot of playmakers, I think, on the team. A lot of playmakers, guys who can go out there and play. But it's three guys I think who need to get more involved in the offense. And I'm gonna tell you those three guys right now. Number one, of course, being DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is an explosive player. Explosive playmaker, of course, a phenomenal player. When the ball is in his hands, he's very good right at the catch. That's one thing he's is perfect in, is run at the catch. When he get the ball in his hands, he can put his foot in the ground, and that size and that physicality he has, he can go out there and make plays. But for some reason, the Steelers haven't really gotten the ball in his hands a lot. We haven't seen a lot of screen, passes to him. We haven't seen him utilized across the middle of the field. Maybe that's due to the O-line not playing the best football. You can't hold up the front to let a rap develop across the middle of the field. We've seen him score a touchdown, of course, this game and last game. But we paying him, Steelers paying him like $31 million, $32 million, I think, a year. We need him to go out there and be dominant. So we need him to have 100+ yard games, go out there and be explosive. And the Steelers can do that by, finding ways to give him the ball. Not like how the Cowboys did with CeeDee Lamb, letting them get a running back handoff to get boomed, but give him the ball screen passes, let him go in motion in the slot like that, create mismatches, and just find a way to just get him involved early. Jet tosses, whatever you gotta do to get him involved like that, to kind of get that speed and use that physicality he has, that playmaking ability he has, of course, in your offense to open up so much more. So we'll see the Steelers kind of develop more into that. I know it's still only 3 games in, so it's a lot of season left, so they can easily just develop into that. But we'll see what happens with DK. And the next person is Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith, I feel like, is a phenomenal player. We seen last year when he first started off with the Dolphins, his first 3-4 weeks, he only had like 80 yards in those first 4 games. And after that, he put up 800 yards over the next course of those games, of course, he played. And he had, with the 80 catches, he had like 7 touchdowns as well over that course as well. Let the Dolphins broke the record for the most receiving yards, most receptions, and most touchdowns by a Dolphins tight end ever. I think Jonnu Smith is a Pro Bowler, of course, as well, but I think Jonnu Smith is a good player. And I think he's better, like I mentioned before, he's better than Pat Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth is a solid player. I don't think he's elite. At first I thought he had elite potential a few years back, but past few years, I just don't see that extra ump. Like I always mention, he doesn't play as physical as he should play, and he's very inconsistent at times. Those big plays that the big tight ends make, like the Brock Bowers, like the George Kittles make, like the Travis Kelce's make, those top tight ends in the league, of course, who go out there. Laporta, we see him make some plays, of course, against the Ravens a few days ago. Then the Mark Andrews, like those type of tight ends who go out there and dominate. Even Isaiah Likely, he's very good too, like that. But I don't see that extra from Pat Freiermuth. I feel like he have moments where he look very good, and he have stints where he just kind of go cold a little bit, and he look kind of like, I don't want to say soft, but he doesn't look like physical at all out there. I think Jonnu Smith needs to get more touches and get more opportunities. Of course, we still use Pat Freiermuth, of course, as well. The 1-2 punch is good, but I think Jonnu Smith can get the ball a lot more. Find a way to get him the ball, find a way to let him go out there and dominate. We know the size and the speed he has. We know Arthur Smith loves Jonnu Smith. He had him on every team he been to. The Titans, he got him with the Falcons, of course, as well. He got him now with the Steelers, so hopefully he can utilize him like he was on the Falcons. He had 500+ yards of offense. And then when he was on the Dolphins last year too, he had 800+ yards. So hopefully he can utilize him like in that sense. Let him go out there and make plays. That'd be good for our offense. Third person might be a person you might not be thinking of. You might be thinking of Calvin Austin. You might be thinking of, I don't know, Darnell Washington. Those are good names. But I think Caleb Johnson from Iowa, the running back we drafted this year, I feel like he would be utilized a lot more in the offense. I know the Steelers eased him into things, and he was not expected to play a lot early on. That's why you have him doing kick returns, a punt return, which was not his style really. Because we know what type of player he is. He's a dominant player. We've seen last year at Iowa put up 1,500 rushing yards and be dominant. We've seen him in the preseason put up almost 100 rushing yards, almost on 20 carries he did get in preseason, and we've seen the physicality he had like that. They was raving about like him being physical in training camp, but I still don't understand they was doing all that. why they kind of easing him into things now. And I know you got Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren is cool, but Jalen Warren, run him to the ground. He had like 20-something carries for like 60 yards last week. Not good. Like that, he ain't getting any push. Now, sometimes you can kind of counteract that a little bit. Najee Harris didn't get the best on space, and hopefully he's good too. He heals up well. He had Achilles tear on Sunday with the Chargers. It was a non-contact injury too, so hopefully Najee is good. I love Najee as a player. He's a very physical and tough player, and always persevere. And besides to this injury right here, he never missed a game like that. So this injury right here is the first time him ever having a severe injury. So hopefully all is good with him. But like Najee Harris was with the Steelers, he always found a way to make things happen. He had 1,000 yards every season. There's people who are saying, oh, he's not the best running back. It's easy to get 1,000 yards. He's at 65 yards a game. I bet you we won't have a 1,000-yard rusher this year. I bet you that. Now, if we do, I'll admit I'm wrong, but I bet you we will not have a 1,000-yard rusher this season. Because the way our running game is and the way our backs are, we don't have anybody who is bell cow back like a Najee Harris or like a Le'Veon Bell type. Le'Veon Bell being, of course, the better of the bunch a little bit, all pro and stuff. We don't have anybody like that. Jalen Warren is good, but I feel like he's more Austin Eckler style, or he's more a gadget guy. We can do both things for you, receiving and then also being a guy who can just kind of like a guy who can change the pace of the game. But we don't have that dominant bell cow back playing. Now, I think we do have one on the roster who can be one, and that's Caleb Johnson. But for some reason, the Steelers are not utilizing him at all. They only had 2 touches so far. So hopefully, maybe as time goes on, he get utilized a lot more. I feel like he has potential. I feel like he can be a good player in this league. It's the reason the Steelers drafted him. The reason they went out there and got him. I wanted the Steelers to get Cam Scatterbo. As you guys know, I made a video about him, like multiple videos about him on the little mock drafts. Of course, I had Cam Scatterbo. I did a personal video about him on my channel, on the Steelers Syndicate channel here on here. And I did a lot of videos about Cam Scatterbo. And you see what he's doing right now with the Giants. He's looking pretty good, very physical. I feel like he embodied what the Steelers are about. And the Giants O-line look bad. If he able to do that and go out there and make plays, I'm like, with Caleb Johnson should be able to go out there and do some things with this O-line. I know the O-line not the best O-line, but when you have that talent and running back, and Caleb Johnson has that physicality, he has that ability to break tackles and not go down from first contact. We've seen him do it in college, and we've seen him do it in preseason as well, like that. And the Steelers was loving it, but for some reason they're not utilizing him. So maybe, hopefully after the bye week, I don't know if they're gonna be against the Vikings, but maybe after the bye week, they get things acclimated a little bit more. They build some stuff up a little bit, change some of the stuff, readjust, and make some adjustments. Then he come back against the Browns, and he can be able to get some touches. He might not be the starter, but let him get some touches. Let him get like 12 touches a game or something, then start easing it up a little bit more. I like that. I love the 1-2 punch that the Lions have with David Montgomery and Jamar Gibbs. They drafted Jamar Gibbs, and David Montgomery was a guy who was on the Bears, and then they got him too. And like Sonic and Knuckles, they call themselves, and they play very good. They complement each other very well. I think David Montgomery had 160 rushing yards this past game, and then Jamar Gibbs had like 100 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns as well. They both had 2 touchdowns. So like, to have a 1-2 punch like that is probably very special for the Lions. Now, I ain't saying the Steelers 1-2 punch is going to be like that, but it can still be a pretty good one. If you can get Caleb Johnson be your bell cow type back and have Jalen Warren be a change of pace type style and add more, and you have Kenneth Gainwell too, do some stuff, of course, in the receiving game, I think it can work out well. But we'll see if the Steelers decide to do that. But yeah, that's the 3 players I have on my list who I feel like need to get involved a lot more in the offense. Let me know down below who you think need to get involved more in the offense, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel, which will probably be maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Friday for the game preview. So be on the lookout for that. Peace out.